Thank you. First of all, I'd just like to thank the STUC and the PCS for inviting me here to speak today. Like Hilda said, my name is Collette Williams. I'm from Manchester and I'm representing today Black Activists Rise Against Cuts. The acronym for that is BARAC. I'm just going to quickly give you a brief idea about who BARAC is and about our campaign. We're a new coalition of black public and voluntary sector workers, trade unionists, community organisations, service users and concerned individuals whose aim is to create a critical mass of opposition to the government plans to cut vital services and sack thousands of public sector workers, including many black workers across the country. This campaign is determined to defend both jobs and services in the face of the most draconian cuts to public sector spending since the Second World War, and it is important that black communities, including black sector workers, trade unions, community third sector organisations and service users come together to defend black communities and complete economic and social devastation. Black people experience racism in all aspects of life. Acute racism has led to occupational segregation and unacceptable high unemployment rates in black communities, and the proposed public sector cuts will further entrench poverty and act as a catalyst leading to further socio-economic deprivation, social disorganisation and deeply alienated communities. And it's to the alienated communities that I'd like to speak on further. Before I do that, I just want to set the perspective in which I come from. Over the last 100 years, we fought together in campaigns, and when I say we, I mean all of us, whether we're black, white, young, old, women, men. Such campaigns as the abolition of slavery, the civil rights campaign against apartheid, and in the 70s and 80s, where we stood against the emergence of the NF. And now, as the racist, fascist Nazis rise their ugly head once again above the parapet, we're here once again, my brothers and sisters and my comrades. In the 60s, when my grandfather came over here, as he was answering the call to come over and build Britain to make it a better place, he was confronted with the signs of no blacks, no Irish and no dogs. We were also accused of coming over here and taking all the jobs, all the women, the school places. We were a burden on the health service. There's too many of them. We need to put a stop on the amount who we let in. They want to come and spread their way of life. The food smells, British jobs for British workers, but that was in the 60s. But I hear the same things being said today. And since then, we've had equality, diversity, multiculturalism. We've had them phased in and phased out. We've had institutionalised racism identified, challenged and condemned. But today, I'm here in Scotland talking at an anti-racist rally, and it's heartbreaking to tell my son that I was here today, speaking on this issue today in 2010. But there's some good news about campaigns and the fact that we stand together and work together as people. In March this year, we were at an EDL rally, a counter demonstration from UAF, Unite Against Fascism, and we were there strong in numbers. We got battered by the police. It was my first demo I've ever been on, and I was absolutely sorry, there are just no words that I can use to explain how I felt on that rally on that day. And we were there to oppose the EDL. We were there for rights of people of colour, Muslim people, to fight against the Islamophobia and the racism and the fascism that is growing, not only in England, but across Europe. And a couple of weeks ago, we had news that two of our organisers, Retta Moran and Waymond Bennett, who were charged with some trumped-up charges, they had those charges dropped. And the great thing about that was that we believed that the police and the institutions were trying to criminalise protest. And once they were able to criminalise the protests like these and rallies like these would then be seen as something that goes against the law. But, you know, it's good news that that kind of work actually didn't happen. So we're able to say that the rally in Bolton and the criminalisation of the two workers from UAF hasn't gone ahead. Thank you. And just before I leave the podium, I just want to say this. On Wednesday, when I was watching the news in the morning, as I was there drinking my tea before I went to work, and they were talking about students in the UK going out and protesting against the fees. They talked about the students in England and in Wales, and then they tried to ridicule the students in Scotland and said that they don't even pay the fees anyway. But I thought, you know what? The students in Scotland have come out because the people in Scotland know about protest, know about to stand shoulder to shoulder, you know about coming out and supporting one another.
Solidarity.
That's right, yeah, you know about solidarity. And to that, my heart goes out to Scotland, and I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much.